Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. So today I just wanted to talk about something real quick. I always say real quick, these always end up being like 10 minutes long, but sorry. About mindset. So my last video a couple days ago, can't remember exactly what one it was, talked about how I felt like I was slacking. I hadn't sent in a Amazon FBA box for a couple days, and it's not really that I've been slacking. I have a space, and we finally got some weather that's decent, but I've got a space out in my shop that I want to use for Amazon FBA, but I've got a whole bunch of stuff I need to get rid of, and a lot of that stuff is stuff I took out of jobs and things I got rid of, you know, hauled away that were decent, didn't want to just throw them away, but they're too big to ship. They're like little furniture and stuff. And so I've been doing a lot more just listing on Craigslist and some local classifieds, OfferUp, which if you guys aren't familiar with that stuff, let me know and I can do one about that. But OfferUp has worked pretty well. So I've mainly just been getting rid of that stuff to another way to get extra cash, but also I'm trying to get that space cleared out so that I can build a bench in there and move some shelves over there so that I can just have all my Amazon FBA stuff in one place, because organization is one of my weak points, and so I'm just trying to keep it as organized as possible from the get-go. So that's what I've been working on, which led me to my other part. I was kind of getting discouraged a little bit, and the reason is I got out of my mindset again, and that's what I want to talk about. There's a couple other videos that people have done that are really good. Homemade Entrepreneur's done some, about having that entrepreneur mindset, and I've worked for myself off and on over the years, but the majority of my working time I worked for Xerox, a Xerox distributor, for about 5 years. I started that when I was barely 17. I was a service manager there when I left, and I left because of some big business decisions that I didn't like. I ran a towing company for a couple years, small company, but I was the general manager for a few years until we sold that company. But I had a boss then. I ran it like it was my own business. That's why I did good at it, but I was still getting a paycheck. And then I worked for Rico, which is a big copier company. If you're not familiar with that, it's one of the biggest market shares in the world. And then I actually worked for HP as a field service manager for a few years. And I finally left HP. There was a dispute about what my time was worth, and I wasn't getting a raise, but the big part was they'd made some changes that it affected customers negatively, and I wasn't going to support it, so I left. But all of that being said, is all those jobs I had, I was paid, and I was paid pretty well. And when I left those, the beginning of last year, it was 2017 now. So my last day at HP was the end of December 2015. So 2016, I did another job for a couple months, and then decided to do on my own. And since that time, I started my own company as a professional handyman, because I've been doing construction work off and on that entire time, on the side, and property management, real estate investment. And so I know how to do a little bit of everything. I have since I was a kid. And I can pretty much get as much work as I want right now and be right around $45 an hour. Now that's gross. I gotta pay, you know, my truck and my tools and, you know, stuff like that out of there. But it's not bad money. I'm not complaining about that at all. And I've got some advertising avenues and some good clients that like I said, I can get all the work I need at that rate for as long as I want. Excuse me. problem is, that's even less scalable than retail arbitrage, because I only get paid when I'm working, and there's no way to, unless I can clone myself, there's no way to do anything else. I can get employees, I've got a part-time guy that I use every now and then. He's learning really well, but I don't want to be in the business of managing employees. Managing systems different, and if those systems require employees, but there's just too much liability and too many issues with making that bigger where I'm not doing it myself. So I am still doing that, but I'm trying to do it part-time and get these other things going, my online businesses, so that they take over. Now, that brings up a problem, because when I go work for myself as a handyman, I do the work, and I invoice them, and I don't even do 30 days out. I do on receipt. So, I work 10 hours, I make $450. It's simple math. There are a few days where I'm running around doing a few little odds and ends, and I only do, 2 or 3 hours of billable work, but then what I did carries over the next day, and that really helps. But it's a completely different mindset from employed to that, and then even from that to what you need to do for your online business. So when it comes to, man, my nose is itching today, there's something in the air. When it comes to, an employee, as long as you have a decent employer, you do X amount of work, you're going to get X amount of pay, and you can plan on it. When it comes to being self-employed, I know if I keep up on my advertising, answer my, pop-ups that come in from the ads that I do, I can stay pretty busy, and I can average about 30 hours of billable time a week at $45 an hour. The downside for me to that is, whether that's 3 10-hour days, or whether that's, 7 days with just a few hours each day, which is why I want to get rid of that. But there's still some consistency there in a way. With your online business, especially when you're starting out, I started playing around with affiliate marketing in the middle of 2016. And I got a couple months where, I was only putting in a couple hours a day, and I was making a couple $100 a month. And I didn't even have any websites up. I was just doing other stuff. So I'm trying to take that to the next step, but my processes for doing that, I put work into it. I've spent probably 40 hours writing content for a website, and I haven't seen a dime. And there's all kinds of videos out there about how you can start your own website for 10 cents, or $1 for the first 90 days or whatever. But I have a tendency to go big or go home. So I already bought a full hosting plan, which I assumed it would get off the ground quicker than it did. So I dumped $200 into it, which may not have been the best use of my money, but it is starting to get traffic, and hopefully it will start generating income. And I know it's a niche that'll work, but the point of it is I'm putting effort into that, and I'm not getting my $45 an hour back out of it. It's not happening yet. The thing you have to remember is you have to once you become an entrepreneur and you're trying to do your own business, whether you're still working, a part-time job or a 9 to 5, and you're only working a couple hours a week or a couple hours a day on your side business, you got to be prepared to maybe you're not going to see results right away. So you have to have a plan and a more long-term view with that stuff, so that you don't get discouraged. Because if you've sat down and you've done the research, you've done the planning, and you're going to work it, and you're willing to put in the work, the rewards will come, but they don't come right away. That's just not how it works. You see that meme, it's been around before memes were called that, but it's a picture of a graph, and you've got the, $0 to $1 million, and it's a straight line, going straight up over time. And, you know, it says that's what people assume that success looks like. But what it really looks like is that jagged up and down, up and down, up and down, and it eventually gets there. But you're not making up and down, you know, you're not making consistency all the way right off the bat. I mean, my affiliate marketing, for example, just the little stuff I was doing, it ramped up, you know. I was doing a couple hours a week and was getting $20, $30 a month. So I started doing a little more, I was getting $40, $50 a month. Then I started doing a little more, and my best month was almost $300. Well, so far. Well, that ended up being right before Christmas. There was a lot of people clicking through and buying stuff. So there was just a lot of things that went into play. So now I'm back to $40, $50 a month out of the same effort. So those things will still work, but I've got to tweak them and adjust them and play with them. They're going to require a little bit more time. So it's not a consistent, steady build. And you can't get discouraged by the fact that you're not making what you need right, or what you're hoping for right away. So with my online stuff, I've been putting a lot of effort lately working on the online stuff. These videos are part of that. And again, it's slow growth. You know, my other YouTube channel that I do some DIY stuff on, and I've done some reviews for some products for outdoors, because that's what I like to do. You know, I've gotten close to 100 subscribers. Every time I put a video up, I still get, you know, likes and comments on. And I got a video that I think got up to 20,000 views, which is pretty cool. You know, this channel I started out mainly about FBA and stuff like this to just kind of document what I'm doing, and so I can look back and see what happened. And you know, I started out with nothing, and now I'm up to, I think, 10 subscribers or whatever. And as soon as I put a video up, I usually get 10, 15 views. So it is what it is, but it's, until you get going, it just, the effort versus reward just isn't there at first. You got to have that long-term view and know that going forward, as long as you've got that plan in place, you're going to be able to succeed. So that's all I've got for now. Just hang in there, keep working your plan, and it'll work out. So my next video is something I gotta talk about too. I'll break it up because this one's going long. Is how do you eat an elephant? So next time. Alright, if this video has been helping you, or you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up in the corner. And until next time, hope y'all do well, and we will talk to you soon.